so as then to put it on.
Damn, I have to perform now.
Yeah, you have.
You have to get good content.
I prepared nothing.
You're okay, it's not yet recording.
Is there a red light or something? Do I see when it's recording? Hello, welcome. Have a seat, we have some left. Not much, but...
Okay. Just make sure
some
that,
comfy one.
yeah, make sure that you see me.
What's this? Hackathon?
I've been having problems with my email, my Yahoo email accounts being hacked several times this week. There's somebody who obviously hates me.
The interesting part is that you have a Yahoo account.
Yeah, it's retro cool.
It's very slow now, yeah, on iPhone. I mean, when you synchronize with the email clients, it's much faster Gmail and yeah.
I like Yahoo.
That's
So
contact service, so that this is not possible anymore.
no, but it's amazing. I mean, it's like 3 times faster.
No, it's a good Irish company.
Which one?
Yahoo and Google.
They are like all there, no?
LinkedIn,
All of them are in Ireland.
Airbnb, Dropbox, Eventbrite. What else? What am I missing?
Okay, seems to be the 5 of us.
Yep. Let's start.
Now we need to wait for the cameraman or we'll just start?
No, we can start. I do not know if it's still already recording or.
I don't know. Okay, yeah. Actually, I don't want to do a short talk. I think discussion is more bringing it to the point. There's 2 of you who knows about hackathons, or know what a hackathon stands for. You want to know? You don't know?
I know. Yeah.
Okay, and who ever went to one? One, okay. And you too? Okay.
I've been, but I've been as an organizer, not as a participant.
Okay, not a participant. Actually, I was never a participant myself. I'm always organizing them. But it's not less important to know how the structure and the whole system of a hackathon works, to do it efficiently and to have participants who are happy, which is the most important thing. To come to the first point, hackathon is actually a combination of the words hacking, not in the sense of cracking, of doing illegal stuff, but hacking in the sense of building software fast. Doing a provisional solution is like hacking, fast and don't document so much, but get the things done. And marathon, doing the long one. A very typical format for a hackathon is to be around 2 days, where you have 24 hours for the hacking itself. And you normally do something like a challenge or topic on the hackathon which you focus on. So it could be music, or it could be having the earth, or it could be about cars, stuff like that. A lot of hardware stuff is arising right now. So building new solutions on the hardware sector, that's coming right now. But normally it's about software. So the typical structure of a hackathon is you have a welcoming, where you meet all the participants, then something you might call brainstorm or solving, or I think a lot of people use the term ideation right now. Getting ideas, make us think about the topic, what would be a solution you ever wanted or never found. Followed by, most of the time, team building. That depends. You have some teams who come from all over the world who just go to hackathons, and they're like the complete team. And they compete in hackathons as a team. And you sometimes have people who don't have a clue, who just were interested in seeing it, and who just came there and wanted to feel the spirit. It's a little bit the same like at a non-conference. So just go there and check out what's happening. Actually, last time we had one woman there who never attended a hackathon, but found the topic interesting and just wanted to check out for 1 hour what's happening. Then she had an idea, found a team, and in the end she was winning. So that's also happening. That's I think a positive feedback. Okay, after ideation and team building, you start the core of the hackathon, which means 24 hours hacking, which is really 24 hours. You start maybe at 10 or 12 o'clock. Everyone starts with the solution, putting it out. If you have a designer, he's doing the front-end design, and the coders are working on the code. If you have a concept or business development, they can already work on a pitch, how to introduce the solution, or to do the mechanics, how the UI should work, stuff like that, like working together. Which they do all through the night, mostly. Although most of the teams go to bed like at 2 or 3 o'clock normally. And come back at 8 o'clock again. You have to sleep with this on, they do it on the weekend, so it's all free time for them. And this shows a little bit of passion. Then you hack till 12 o'clock, have your final solution ready, and present it to either the whole crowd who's going to judge who's the winner of the hackathon, or to a jury who is of industry specialists or whatever. Or if you have a music hackathon, it could be musicians who say, okay, this is the greatest study ever. The whole hackathon is held together, and the same as Kinnernet with beer and pizza actually. And it's not a small part because, as you might know, if you do some stuff at home, you always have a beer on the side of something to make it work. We found that Martin beer are the main drivers of success. It depends on what lifetime, if you drink Martin or coffee or beer. It's very interesting. Okay, basically the origin is actually the same as these conferences. It's very organized on a free basis. The community comes together. And just find a room, have some internet, order pizza, get some beer, and enjoy the coding without restrictions. You know, I see that a lot of coders nowadays have to do the documentation or just specification. They cannot really make. Tobias, you want to join us? And one here is. And this is really something for them where they can do the core of what they learn, why they choose the profession of coder again. Just code, do something fast and try to make it. And it's always really astonishing what you can accomplish in 24 hours. So for me, as a non-coder, I always sit in the final presentation of the projects. I think, wow, they started yesterday, that's what they did? If I see software development in a company, it's like 4 years. It's not in this case, in the state they have the solutions up to 24 hours. That is quite impressive. So what might be interesting for us here is the point that companies or corporates are interested in hackathons too, for several reasons, which I will come to in a minute. Different companies have different functions in the hackathon. For one, most of startups or web companies like to provide APIs on the open internet. You know, Spotify has an API, YouTube has an API, so Google is very big in this field. And hackathons partly focus on using the solutions on the market, on their connections, and mash up something new. It's a very big point. So you don't have projects which start from scratch and build something without, but they normally use stuff that is there and combine it in a never seen way before, which is, you know, why companies do the API stuff from the beginning. They want to have them on the field and see what other people do. And this is like a little bit like an incubator in a way to foster that. On the other hand, you find a lot of companies hosting hackathons nowadays. It's actually the same as with unconferences like 3 years ago. Every company was starting doing unconferences. Last year, or 2 years ago, then they started with hackathons. It's very big in the Valley, I know. So, Evernote, for example, did a worldwide hackathon series. So they went for teams using the Evernote API, doing something new. And the winner in every city was invited to a big final hackathon in the Valley, where they presented. And the 3 winning teams there got access to the accelerator program for, I think, 3 months. Totally paid everything. The interesting part you didn't know, it was all a big HR program. So in the end, the offer for the teams who compete and were good were offered, okay, you got $1 million, you do your stuff here in the Valley. With the trick, if you don't get it on the market, then you just work for us the next 3 years or something. So interesting approach how to put HR into this hackathon without the participants really noticing it.
Can I add something? In Israel, for example, there are startups that they join efforts together, for example in gaming, and they organize a hackathon to recruit people.
Yeah.
Even not a corporate, even a startup that are looking for example, for game developers, they meet together and they take 5 startups that are looking to hire people, they organize a hackathon, and the best of the best is a really good way to recruit people, because you get them for 2 days, and the ones who really perform is the ones that get the job. And imagine in Israel it's really aggressive. The hackathon is losing a little bit the sense of a collective action of creativity, because at the moment that you know that the best ones are getting the job, it's not so collaborative at some point.
Yeah, actually, I think it's part of the making of a good hackathon to make it a challenge, but not too much. It's still about fun.
Yes.
If you lose the fun, or if you make the price too big, say like you make a hackathon where you get 10,000 euro cash, you just get the people who want the cash. But that's not the people you want to have there. You want to have the inspiring people, or the people who are interested in building something.
Have you seen a movement? Because I've seen a movement away from traditional hackathons into some of the corporate ones in Ireland now are a lot more hardware
It's
hackathons.
coming right now.
We had a beef hackathon last month, which was hacking beef, which I missed unfortunately, because apparently they had a lot of beef, and which I would have quite enjoyed. But I've noticed that a lot of the corporate ones now in Ireland are hardware or food related, have become more and more popular rather than the traditional.
Absolutely. So I also know about cooking. Cooking is coming, and hardware is actually coming quite big in Berlin right now. Or wearables is a thing coming. What I think is that hardware is problematic to do in 24 hours. We have to rework the system of a hackathon if you want to do hardware. Or if you want to do something which comes out at least possible being a product.
Well, it's what they do in hardware is you come up with the concept.
Yeah.
And then the prize is the top person goes on to an accelerator called Highway 1 in Silicon Valley, which is sponsored by an Irish hardware company.
We think. Actually, we had a talk on the bar some minutes ago. The interesting thing I like on hackathons is that on an unconference, it's still like unconferences, but unconferences are all about talking. The goal of a hackathon in the end is to have a prototype. So it's about making. And if you start with just doing a concept, you're going into this talking, which I think is problematic. So we are actually thinking about doing a hardware hackathon, but we would like extend the concept to 1 week. Not with being present, but have like the ideation part in the beginning, then doing the concept and the not really hack, but the concepting and the blueprinting on a virtual platform.
Yes,
and then have the producing in the next weekend, so that they can really build something.
Yeah, like also there's synthetic biologies coming through as well. So that's kind of a lot of this stuff is coming from the maker movement as well in the States. So a lot of that's really influential in Ireland as well because we're more product.
Yeah, in our case, we are receiving a lot of requests from corporates to put hackathons for them. Because first of all, they don't know how to reach hackers, developers,
Yeah.
and that is a business for us. I mean, nowadays we consider that a product and a business for us.
For me, it's a product.
We have done it for a company, low-cost company, Welling. We did it a hackathon for 2 days. We did it also for a bank. Well, we call it the Instant Banking Hack Day. It was really good. And based on our experience, it's really interesting for the value that you offer to the hacker. It was a mix always between poor developers and startups that they have a product that they try to adjust to the open API that has been launched during the week. And it's good for them because they have good exposition to bank that can be at the end of the day a client. And the other, every time and more time, there is people from HR involved. Just looking, nobody knows that this is going on, but there's HR people looking that if there are good developers and everything. But the things that, at least in our experience, is if it's a hackathon, it's not going to start a weekend. It's about getting prototype.
Yeah.
Then get people from marketing far away until the last minute. They can be judges, but don't get people from marketing messing around.
Actually, my experience is a little different. So from the corporate side, I actually see two kind of corporate interests. The one is the group of hosting hackathons. They mostly have two things they would like to see. It's like the HR part, and it's the innovation part. Two goes to host that.
I wanted to add on what Alexis said. To me also on corporate, you can have external hackathons and internal hackathons.
Yeah.
So I guess what you mentioned are external hackathons,
No,
or companies they have as well develop internal.
In some point, for example, in the Instant Banking Hack Day, we get some teams that are coming from the bank itself.
Yeah.
We offer the option to get, and also what we try to get is technical guys from the bank to become mentors and advisors of the team.
On the team.
Because what they are looking mostly at some time is feedback about if the open API that they are releasing is useful and is powerful.
And this is the second group, the not hosting but taking part in an API, as an API partner. They mostly want to have either the traction or do the marketing.
The marketing
And you can really, if the company is more interested in hosting, it's more HR and innovation. If they say want to be a partner, it's marketing and getting traction. That's the 2 points you can really. Then you know how the company is thinking. So I'd like to structure it a little bit. So the interest of a hacker to go to a hackathon, I found it's basically three things they like to do. First is obviously they like to build new solutions, really hacking, that's what they really want. Second, they want to learn. You wouldn't underestimate the drive of this development people or the product design people to learn new things. They really like that. They don't want to do the whole thing ever again. They want to learn new stuff. And not by wanting to get better chances on the HR market. They just want to learn. It's like internal intrinsic learning. And the third part is, same as here, networking. Getting to know new people, getting to get opinions from outside the normal bubble you are in. Nice if you have a hackathon which is international, has people from different countries. And same as here, you get different opinions. Okay, and if you see the companies, they also have interests. They got, as we told, the HR. They got the innovation. I hope you can read my not so good.
Perfect, don't worry.
And we got the marketing. And make it PR and marketing.
football.
So what doesn't work is like putting like banners all over the place for marketing, for example.
And the feedback that they get from the open API, you put it in innovation?
It's in the middle, yeah. It's
Like the validation that the API makes sense and is power
I would actually see it in marketing.
in marketing. Okay.
Because it translates into the learning.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are there as a API partner, you present your API and have a workshop with them.
Yeah.
So that's the point where you match
The
the
learning.
interesting of learning with the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't do is having a booth and stuff like that. You just talk to the people, have a beer, and explain them what you're doing and what is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That's like engagement marketing.
I was going to say that to me there's a part like engagement for the development teams that
Yeah.
sometimes are very rigid
Mm-hmm.
structures where they are forced somehow to code, but it comes from, I would say, marketing teams that are translated to technical aspects.
And if
And
you-
maybe they could do it in another way.
And if you're good in your job, you don't force anything because it just happens.
Correct.
So the more you force
that
your-
engagement concept.
Yeah.
The same is with networking and HR, by the way.
Hackathons and corporates.
Because you as HR people can talk to and network with the guys and you see who's capable of doing good stuff and who's not. So
I'm feeling
that's
how
it. Yeah.
other IT people now.
I would always put, what I see in Ireland is a lot of people that go to hackathons because they have an idea for starting up their own startup. And I would always put, with networking stroke, it's a good way of picking up people for your own startup.
May I show you this one?
Oh, sorry.
Innovation and building. They show what they built, maybe implement their own stuff. And on the other end, the corporations are looking for innovation which they could develop into new business models.
One thing that also we receive as a feedback from corporates when we done it is that they don't know exactly what to do the day after.
Yeah.
It's okay, it has been an amazing, it has been really exciting for our teams, the results, the solutions that we see have been really nice, but they don't really exactly know what to do with the result.
It happens, yeah.
You know that, and it looks like sometimes like an event, like a one-shot thing, and to create something for them. No, they are asking for more at some point. If you can help them to get some type of a program behind that, and we are using this a little bit to start to evangelize for the acceleration part.
Yeah, absolutely. It's part of
It's
it.
like an open door to start to hit the brain to go to an acceleration thing.
But you also have it's the same, it's even more funnel than, you start with, I think if you get a good solution out of a hackathon, it's a lottery win. Most of them are just smart hacks, which are interesting, which give ideas. So I know that, actually, I work for Axel Springer with the hackathons. I know that 2 solutions they did in publishing had the initial idea, so it's not totally the same, but the initial idea to do it came from the hackathon. So something like a Tinder-like newspaper. So they saw this photo-focused app there, and I thought, so hey, maybe we can do it with our content and just do an easy app for the iPhone.
I mean, for that part, to me, it's important to involve not only technical people since the beginning. I mean, you can invite them or not, but because at the end, at least in my experience in Orange, who is driving what you are developing are marketing people, not technical, unfortunately, and technical people. So if they are not convinced on the output of the hackathon, it's difficult that they adapt what they are doing with what the developers are, just creating. No?
And the funny thing, the experience we make, we have the point of internal and external hackathons. We made the experience that on the external hackathons we had like participants like 5% from the company. That's the reason why the next hackathon we do is only for internal staff. And we do a little competition there, so that the winning division gets a prize, like a barbecue for the division or something like that, so that the boss is going to say, okay, you can get 2 days to get there. You have to always, you have to play
that's the
system.
engagement part, no?
Yeah. Yeah, you only also have to convince the guy who's paying for it, who's having the manpower brought in. So
Especially companies that are not, I would say, IT driven companies. They are not
Yeah.
building software solutions, and the IT people is rather
yeah,
to create services that are not, I would say, software like Google or
I
those
see it
guys.
in startup or newer web companies that they have hackathons or innovation days as part of their corporate culture. That's no problem. But if you come to a company which comes from a totally different sector, they don't have that. They don't understand it yet. So you have to lead them there slowly to see it, say, okay, you now send 2 developers for 2 days to a hackathon, which doesn't do the business you have to do for yourself. But in the end, they come back inspired and do their stuff even double as good and motivated.
Yeah.
And that's the point. That's really the point of getting corporates involved. I think your experiences are the same.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you got the employees, who you also have to get, because they have like their secure job. It's like working 9 to 5. It's certain things they have to do, certain things they don't have to do. A hackathon is getting out of that. It is being more engaged, and that's actually the biggest problem. So you have to find methods to get them there. And once they are there, once they experience the feelings and the mood and what's going on, it's actually the same you experience at an unconference. So if you're first time there, you think, what the hell is going on? After 1 hour, you think, boy, that's the best thing I ever did. It's the same with the hackathon, or basically the same mechanism.
From both your experiences, what are the kind of innovative things you're seeing? I'm not talking about innovative things coming out of hackathons, but innovative ways of running hackathons with corporates. What's good practice and what's bad practice?
For example,
Don't promise that they have the next big thing coming out of that. Firstly, show them that you don't go to a normal fair, you don't do offensive marketing, you do it through the back door. And do it intelligent.
For example, for me it's really important at the really beginning, when you are defining the hackathon with the corporate, to really understand if what they are expecting is new business or services idea, or they are expecting like IT solutions. Because that changes completely the focus of the thing. Because if you want more startup weekend concept, that just with PowerPoint you can present a project, that is really, really different from the fact that you need to get a prototype that has been developed. Then when you agree on that level, so automatically you decide that if you go to the prototype thing, yes or not, you get the technical team on board, and some people from marketing and HR if they are looking to recruit. If you are going just for business and services design and a PowerPoint, you can forget about technical guys, or they are the ones who don't lead. Usually we always suggest to do it in a place that is not headquarters office.
Right.
Okay, we try to do it in another place.
Right.
Okay.
Why? Because it's not associated with the brand.
It's the mood. If you're in your own, it's the same way you do off-site meetings with management staff.
And
You want to get out of your comfort zone.
And especially I'm speaking about in external ones, because what at the end of the day the client is the hacker. And I want to create the right setup for the hacker to feel comfortable. And then most probably in the headquarters of Telefonica, the hacker will not feel really homey.
I don't know the headquarters, but if it's like really architectonical amazing.
Yes.
It might be. If
Might
you're
be.
like 20th floor.
Well, no,
and
but
that's not
I mean, you
it.
can, of course, you can analyze
But
the
you can
options.
have it. You can have it in a Lara, but not in a Telefonica.
Maybe yes, but even
Yeah.
from the fact that, and what we do in this case is we try to create for the hackathon like a brand, but who is not leading is the company, is the event itself.
Yeah.
The level of the brand has to be something that is supporting.
Right.
Okay. The other thing that they end up a little bit worried sometimes is about the IP, the intellectual property of the result. Because we find that sometimes that the innovation team is working on a solution that has been proposed by the hackers. And they come to us, but we are working in secret in this thing, but if we are going to launch and do this, now they can say that we are stalling the ideas. Then you need to put clear rules about who is the owner of the result of the
And you
hacker.
always do it with the companies, not with the hackers, because for my experience, and actually I'm happy my client has the same understanding. What a team builds is their own, it owns it. So intellectual property of the solution is at the teams. If you want to work with them, great. If you want to do it yourself, talk to them to get a compensation or something for them to use the idea. If you just base your thing on the basic idea but do something different, then it's nothing for all. Because it's just inspiration at that point. But if you build like one-to-one the same solution again, then it's at that point.
And it's good to get that rules really defined at the beginning for the corporate and also for the developer and for the hackers, because they need to know the rules. And then get fun. And this is really difficult for corporates to really understand that. This, for example, there are stupid things, but if we have budget enough, we do t-shirts.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, because then we force all of them to dress in a way that all of them they are the same level. It's a stupid thing.
No,
but actually that's
and we put them, even the CMO, even the CTO, all of them, we put the t-shirt.
Sometimes I think that's an element which is missing in a lot of events I go to. That people, it's not fun, and I'm at an event and I just go, I'm not having any fun. And now because there's been such an explosion of events, it's now people have choice. People don't have to go to a hackathon, and it has to be a certain brand. Like Startup Weekends are okay because they've got their really solid brand, and people know what they're getting. But I think fun is huge, important. I'm glad you said that.
Actually, the essentials, I think, I identified 5 essentials for a hackathon. T-shirts would be an add-on. So it would be number 6.
It's a stupid thing.
But the first is topic. If the topic sucks, no one's coming.
Yes.
Second one, we had it already, location. Have an interesting location, people are coming. Be in the middle of nowhere, or be in a conference center, no one's coming. Public location. The next is simple as it sounds.
Food. Yeah.
Actually, it's the fourth. I forgot one. I have to switch one. You understand? The next one is actually the third one. So the third important thing is internet.
And the connection.
Have an overpowering internet connection solution. Have cables. Have everything.
Oh come on! I'm from Ireland. We don't have that.
No, but seriously, this is expensive.
This is actually point 3.
Depends on the location. It became a really big piece of the budget of the hackathon. If you take a really nice place like that, you need to do an investment to get 100 hackers connected heavily using it.
That's why good to have something like an innovative accelerator space or somewhere. Something where they already have the infrastructure. So we normally have a cable internet, which is used quite broadly. So if you have a coder, he's plugging in the internet, and the second he sees it, and we got 2 Wi-Fi systems working. So that it works. We had in the first hackathon, we had only 1 Wi-Fi system, and it broke down. 150 people. And not the easy one, but Cisco routers, the good stuff. Last is actually also, you might know from Kinnernet. Have beer ready. It's really, they want to have fun. It's an activity in their free time. So make them happy with beer, with mate. Provide everything.
One thing that I'm fine-tuning the quality of the output of the hackathon, we include the concept of the mentors to the teams and the MC concept. A guy who is really putting, if he's I don't know, a 2 days hackathon.
We don't do the mentoring, but we have a really good moderator.
You don't have
because it's not really a moderator, but it's someone who's interacting with the teams, helping them, asking, do you need anything, can I connect you to someone?
But somebody who's really taking care of the pace of the hackathon, because times flies really fast, and you need somebody who really is putting the pace.
But what I've also seen is that it's a Valley thing, but they actually do a scorecard for the mentors as well, which means that mentors, because sometimes you've got variable mentorship, And if there's a scorecard, and like I'm a mentor, and I'm really competitive, and my team better win or they're dead. But there's a scorecard on how you mentor, so there's a prize for the best overall mentor or that kind of way of positive feedback. And it's a really good way of engaging mentors. And I would be, I think mentors are important. I'm surprised you don't have them.
Because I don't know if evaluating them for hackathons. I find that's a bit tricky.
No? What? Mentors.
I mean, why would you,
It
if I would
depends.
go as a
Sometimes
mentor to
you
the event,
can ask, but actually
they're going
you
for
can-
free already, so.
Actually, if there's no problems there being with their APIs, they normally send in a big credentials. Those people are very good in mentoring. Because mentoring in this way is something to focus on the product. So I'm very happy that one of the CTO of Axel Springer is always, actually it's his budget on the hackathon, he's always there in the beginning and does help with product development. Focus on the where to go, what is the viable solution, what can you do, focus on one idea, not to get distracted with everything, because you cannot build the holy cow. You need to have one idea and focus on that.
And what is your experience about price? Because it's a tricky
Not too
question.
big, not too low.
No, but
Actually, we have different things.
No, free ticket, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But how relevant has to be the price that you put at the end to get teams relaxed and working together with a competitive environment and to a certain extent, but not getting crazy because it's a lot of money out there. And
Most of the time,
don't look what I'm doing. And I'm sure.
what we do first of all, we don't give out money.
Oh, you've seen prizes, okay.
Yeah.
What we did in the beginning to get traction, get noticed, was the first prize was a trip to San Francisco. Actually, Axel Springer has a house there, so it's just a flight, and they wanted to do a tour anyhow, so they just combined that. It was very nice. Most of the time, because we don't find really good idea for that, it's like a voucher for Amazon or for a chain. Top price normally 5,000 euro when I do it. There are hackathons out there doing 10,000, 20,000, I think it's too much. Because then you have the people who just come for the money, which don't want.
But do you charge people to
I don't
attend?
charge.
No.
There are hackathons out there who charge
Yeah.
and give a prize. I don't know what.
That is
For me, that's not the business model for me. If you're doing hackathon to earn some business there, then okay,
No,
then do it.
I've seen hackathons which have charged a small amount,
Yeah.
and it's
It might be to have the no-show allowed.
yeah.
Exactly.
So
you can also
we're talking 5 to 10 to 15 euros.
Yeah, but you know, if you're good, you know that your no-show is between 20 and 30%, then you can calculate it that it's not a problem.
This is the problem with the non-show.
Yeah.
And the abandon of some teams on the way. That is with the mentoring and the MC really things that when the teams are blocked and everything, tell them to get unblocked soon, that they don't get late to the others. And if they are doing shit, say no, this is awesome, you need to keep going until the end. Because if not, some teams sometimes they resign.
Actually, we always have the team who start after the idea. If they start a project after the ideation phase, they do it. We don't have a no-show there. We have no-show in the beginning for people not showing up, and some people in the ideation phase think that oh no, it's not my topic. So that's okay.
That's okay.
Interesting thing by the way for prizes. Last time we had Bosch as a partner. We were doing car technology, and they gave out the prize worth $5,000 euro, and they said everything which has a Bosch sign on it worth 5,000 euro. So that's a nice way to put the brand in, but not being too obvious. Once again,
And how do you go about making a budget for a corporate for running this?
What?
How
The budget of
how
a
do you
hackathon?
budget this?
Okay, my price.
Mhm.
2 days hackathon for between 15 teams, 10, 15 teams. Food include t-shirts, and I include another thing here, video, photo, recording,
Yeah,
because then they use it as a PR and everything.
Yeah.
Coverage for even internally
Yeah.
to say this is the cool thing that the
Yeah.
IT department is doing. We are not just
But is
also
this-
the
Okay, there's
the website, logo design to create a little bit of entity of everything, including location, as a service,
Yeah.
50K.
Man, yeah.
No, we are cheaper than you.
You're cheaper.
No, we are cheaper actually. We are normally with prices and everything, we're between 30 to 40,000. But
That's
that's
10
only
days.
400 people.
And
But
that's,
you have to see, we have the
2
location.
days, eh?
I don't know,
Overnight.
that's-
So this with overnight.
and that's your internal.
Yeah, but you don't pay for we don't pay for the hotel though. We have a sleeping area.
Yeah,
they
it's
check
living
in,
area.
but
When I say, but we have the
Yeah.
all day
Renters.
open and everything
Yeah,
with dinner and food
The
included.
thing is, we are at the not at the headquarters, but we are in the office space of Francis Springer.
Mhm.
So most of the things come out
So
of it.
that's an internal hackathon rather than an external.
This is an external one, looking
So-
for
So you
external
bring
location.
everything, I mean, everything you list,
Everything. The stuff that you need, the internet
so the
connection.
organizers,
Of course, the internet connection, I assume a basic connectivity platform is here. Most probably will be very different because
If you have internet like here, you will have
Yeah,
no participants
yeah.
after 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're gone.
that will be the price between 50K and this. And Tobias, have you tried ever to put different corporates in the same hackathon? Because it's something
Actually-
that I'm
Actually,
trying to.
we have the presenting partner, which most of the time Axel Springer. Last time Bosch was presenting partner too, so two presenting partner, and we have a patron. Last time it was the
Venue.
Publisher Association of Germany.
Okay.
Alright, yeah.
They also do a conference afterwards. They want to do it. Actually, they never show up, but they want the logo there.
No, because
And we have normally about 10 to 15 API partners.
Okay.
So we always select a topic. It's like music or video or connected car, and we look for partners who are doing it. Which sometimes are the same. For music, we had like 3 or 4 streaming services because they all wanted to attend. Okay. But in the end, they only use the teams only use Spotify. So that's also a thing. That's also a thing learning for the other services now.
Because I'm thinking to scaling the value chain of the company. For example, if it's a car company, get the suppliers in,
Yeah.
you know, and get a little bit.
Sometimes we come, sometimes why. Yeah. For us, the API partners have to pay a little bit.
Mhm.
It's a lucky position. They don't want to earn money. For you, it might be a little bit different. They want to just get a black zero.
Mhm.
So they say every API partner is giving a little money, and they have to sponsor an API for the best usage of the API. So the teams have something from it, and the costs of the hackathon come back to the organization of the company. You can, if you really have really traction, you can think about it as a business way to have companies taking part. Actually, one company lately proposed to us that they want to be part in every hackathon we do this year.
Yeah, but this transversal sponsorship.
And it comes, but I have mixed feelings actually, because I think if you go too much onto this commercial area, you're losing the part which makes the hackathon work.
Yeah.
So it's like balance it out.
And what about the hackathon fatigue of the developer community? How many hackathons you can do it without the developers get fatigue and say, come on,
Yeah.
I don't want Tobias, leave me alone.
I'm the one who's always saying we are doing too much. Right now we are doing 3 a year,
3 a year.
which is okay. But the thing is, in Berlin, everyone is doing hackathons.
So it's 3 plus 3 plus 3.
And it's always, you want to go to Berlin because you find the creative people there. So no one is going to Frankfurt. Actually, Boda is doing something in Munich, but
So is Startup Weekend only in Berlin, Germany? Or is it in Hamburg?
actually, I wouldn't put a connection between Startup Weekend and the hackathon.
No, it's completely
No,
different.
it's a totally different.
Because I would count Startup Weekend as a hackathon.
For example, I can go to Startup Weekend, I cannot go to a hackathon.
Right.
I don't know, I don't have
Right.
any idea nowadays.
Or maybe you can.
Yeah, would you be a business professional? at that?
Being a mentor to put the product
I'm
together.
a developer, but as a
Yeah.
developer,
Yeah, no.
I'm not doing anything in a hackathon. Besides in a Startup Weekend,
Yeah.
most probably I will enjoy the experience.
Ah.
And the thing is, actually, we have this partner who's wanting always to have the teams there to present like these winning teams. And what we always have to say to them is the teams who are doing a hackathon are not there for fame. They don't want to present there. They want to do the hacks. It's about the hacks. It's about the admiration in the community of the other hackers, but they don't want to present anything to business people. They don't care. It's about the self
Could
motivation.
that be a cultural issue within Germany, or do you see the same thing happening?
It might be different in the US, I think.
I don't
But
know.
in the end, it's about the fame in the community. It's not about fame in the business or in the general sense.
I mean, at least in our experience, the hackers wants to be recognized and awarded,
Yeah.
but in front, because it's something that after that they use in front of the community.
Yeah.
I was the finalist, I was the winner of the Instant Banking Hack Day. And if you create booth on the community and the hackathon became like a good hackathon and recognized as a good hackathon for the community, to be the winner, it puts you in the rank of the hackers in another way.
It's like Facebook, who's now hiring developers by looking at their GitHub profile.
Yeah.
The GitHub profile is important, forget LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And it's the same with hackers at the hackathon. It's about the fame they have in the community with the other hackers. Everything else is mostly. But I cannot talk for something like the TechCrunch hackathon, I have to say. But on the other hand, I think this is just too much. They have like over 1,000, 2,000, 4,000 people there. I think they lose the whole networking part of that. Because it's just so massive and just about every team is on its own. You cannot really talk to others. And what I learned from, actually every hacker who was with us said it was the best hackathon ever, because we create the atmosphere, we create an environment where they feel at ease, where they can develop their stuff. And I actually know from one developer who learned a totally different language from another just in the night, because they had 1 hour of nothing to do. And I always wanted to know how this works. I can show you.
And you do it Saturday, Sunday?
Most of the time. You can always think about putting the ideation in the evening before with beer and have like a startup welcoming thing. But we learned that the people most of the time have jobs. And so keeping it to 2 days is something more realistic. Okay, I think we need to end now. To get some lunch at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hope you enjoyed. Did anyone have any questions?
Thank you.